anything like that going on.
This is a vintage Heathkit mobile setup, an HR-20 here, and this is the HX-20, its companion transmitter. And right now I have it set up on 40 meters. And the way you adjust it, this is obviously the receiver. Maybe I shouldn't say obviously. This is the transmitter, and you adjust it for peak power output. And right now I am set up with a D104 microphone, kind of jerry-rigged up on the side, so I hope that works. We'll try a couple of contacts and see if we're able to make any contacts. Maybe a little tricky to get. It's not really a transceiver. The VFO on the transmitter doesn't follow the VFO on the receiver, so you do have to go in. For example, you have to zero beat. So So I'm zero beating that station if it's the station I wanted to talk to. A KG9OM, KG9OM, a KG9OM. Here is K1OIK, kilowatt 1 Oscar Indiana kilowatt. Do you copy?
Now I do, Bert. You must have retuned to me because you're on frequency now, Bert, over.
I am using a 60-year-old rig, an HR-20, a Heathkit, and an HX-20. My call again is K1 Oscar India kilowatt. And can you give me your location in QTH? You have a great signal here on Cape Cod. A great signal on Cape Cod. How is the audio? KG9OM, K1OIK.
What's fine, and great that you're out for the year up and running here on 20 this morning. And you're on frequency, number one. You're on my frequency, 14185, so that's good. The clarity of your audio couldn't be better. So you don't have any distortion or anything like that going on. You're very clear and articulate. Those you asked me, Bert, so those are my thoughts. K1OIK, KG9OM.
Okay, KG9OM. Here is K1OIK. No, I asked you because you were very critical of the other station, and that's exactly what I was looking for. You couldn't have been any more exact. This Heathkit, it's a receiver, a combination receiver transmitter, but they are not aligned together. In other words, they don't use a common VFO. And it was originally made for mobile operation, which to me would be worse than trying to text. It'd be worse than trying to text while driving because it does drift a little bit. KG9OM, K1OIK on Cape Cod.
To give it to you, Bert, I'm way at the southern tip of Illinois. We live out in the country on about 3 acres alongside of a pond, a log home. And the nearest town is Metropolis, Illinois, as in Superman. Although he's not here, and I don't think ever has been. The nearest larger town or city to us is Paducah, Kentucky.
K2GAV, K1OIK.
No problem, Bert. K1OIK from K2GAV. That's what the RIT button here is for. So I tuned you in and find using the older radio. I think you're about 100 hertz lower in frequency, so I wasn't too far off. Just kind of a high-pitched voice there, but I just hit the RIT button and tuned you in. I'm sitting, by the way, right on the 168.000 here, Bert. Okay, you're 59 plus 15 here in Northwest Connecticut. The name is Ted. I don't know if you caught that from listening, but Tango Echo Delta Ted is the name. And we're about 10 miles south of the Massachusetts line, about 20 miles east of the New York State line here.
Oh, for that, K1OIK. And what is the rig you're using, by the way? This is K2GAV.
Yeah, K2GAV, K1OIK, and I might drift, so your RIT might be a little bit busy. We had heavy rain here this morning. It is pretty much stopped, I think. The rain has stopped, that is, Ted. And the rig I am using is I don't know if you've ever heard of it before. but I picked it up at Deerfield last time. We're coming up to Deerfield again, the flea market Nearfest, and it's a Heathkit HR-20 and HX-20, and the only way it has a spot, but what I do is I take the spot and then I spot it on voice and try and get my voice to sound as natural as possible, which of course isn't particularly easy when you're trying to do it that way.
And looking quickly at your QRZ page and then your picture reminds me of a YouTube video I saw a while ago that made me laugh about contests and how everyone's 5'9", and I wonder if you're that guy. I think you are. I have a vague memory of your call sign, but I remember clearly the video that you did, if it is you, so I'm kind of curious about that. TS990 is the transceiver here. That's probably why it sounds good. It's good Kenwood audio. The signal is loud because of the Heathkit SB1000 that's on, doing precisely 1 kilowatt in the last couple of seconds on voice peaks. Are you the guy that did that video? I think there were a couple of others too, but I clearly remember one where I think you were sitting outside with a QRP rig, and you were working a contest, and everyone was saying that you're 5'9", but you were a QRP, and they would ask you several times what your call sign was. Obviously, you weren't 5'9", but they would give a 5'9", and I'm totally with you on the message you were given there. If that was you, Bert, I should stop and ask if it was you. K1OIK from K2GAV.
Yeah, K2GAV. Here is K1OIK. Yes, that absolutely was me. I've done a number of videos. People get on my case because some of my videos are highly negative of hams and the way they act. But people don't realize that 90%, probably more than 90% of my videos, ham videos, are positive. And though the ones that are negative are pretty negative. But that was funny. I took a FT817 outside, and I knew I was running only 5 watts, so I figured, how could I be getting a 5'9"? And multiple times when I spoke to people, they would say, repeat that again, repeat that again, give me your call is K10RK, K10YK, can you say that again? And finally I would get the 5'9". So that definitely was me. Getting on the same frequency as someone else is a little bit more difficult than on a traditional transceiver because the VFOs are not locked. So what you have to do is, for example, I'll put this on spot and then key it and talk 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you can hear that my voice is not particularly clear. It's a little bit on the high side. So I will adjust the transmitter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello test. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So by doing that, I can pretty much get within 100 cycles of the frequency I'm supposed to be on. So that is somewhat helpful. So, and it does drift. It does drift, but this is traditional type of older transceiver. This used to be in someone's car, and I can imagine trying. They say texting is a problem today. I can imagine someone trying to drive and operate one of these rigs. I have used it on CW, and it has worked fine on CW. This is listening on 15 meters.
what the fuck? They call